Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, the media guy. And yes, after a minor setback yesterday, I am finally gonna cover a Scooby-Doo movie that I haven't seen in a very long time called Big Top Scooby-Doo. And yes, you can obviously tell where this is going. Shaggy, Scooby, and the rest of the gang are now part of a circus while dealing with some crazy creatures of the night. And I am talking about werewolves. And yes, I am fully aware that I'm doing this review in my living room again as usual. Now, this is like one of those movies that I haven't seen in years. I mean, I sort of have fond memories of it, but it is one of those movies that I haven't seen in a long time. And you might be wondering what this movie is all about. Here's the description. Shaggy, Scooby-Doo, and a gang arrive in Atlantic City for a relaxing vacation and land center stage in a three-ringed mystery after visiting shuttered Big Top that's being hounded by werewolves. Uh-oh. The gang goes undercover to find out why. It's up to Daphne the Clown, trapeze artist Fred, Velma the Human Comet, Ringmaster Shaggy, and the amazing trick dog Scooby-Doo to solve the mystery and save the circus. But when they repeat their crowd-pleasing performance as Shaggy's favorite Swedish metal band, Wolfsmoon, the beast comes back for one more half-rising ruckus. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy juggle fun. Fright and feats of the bravery and puzzle-solving skills in the greatest original Scooby-Doo movie on Earth. And yes, it does include 3 bonus cartoons. Bedlam and the Big Top from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The Ghouliest Show on Earth from the 13th Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, and Menace of the Manticore. And I'm guessing that's from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Now, after watching this movie again for the very first time in, who knows how long, I almost forgot how much of a decent movie this is. I mean, it may not be like a perfect movie compared to, like, I don't know, the Zombie Island era of the direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movies. Scoob, which I still think it was an underrated and misunderstood movie. Stray Out of Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. Scooby-Doo meets Batman, the Brave and the Bold. And Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. But I find this movie to be quite enjoyable. Still has some decent animation for direct-to-video movie terms. There's no doubt about how Shaggy, Scooby, and the rest of Mystery Incorporated are still iconic in the animation business. It does have an interesting plot with a beginning, middle, and end. I mean, the idea of werewolves attacking everyone in a circus might seem very goofy and ridiculous, even for a circus and a Scooby-Doo mystery. But for some reason, the people behind this movie somehow managed to make it work. I mean, this isn't the first time that Mystery Incorporated has solved a mystery that involves clowns and/or a circus in general. I mean, Mystery Incorporated has faced the ghost clown before in Bedlam and the Big Top, which was an episode of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? But aside from that, I actually do like the idea of various werewolves trying to attack Scooby and the gang, while they steal a bunch of diamonds from various locations. Which again, the idea would still sound pretty ridiculous, even for a circus and the idea of a Scooby-Doo movie. But I'm glad they somehow managed to make it work, you know. I gotta admit, it is kind of funny seeing Scooby and the gang go undercover as circus performers to solve the mystery, while also being part of a circus as well. I'm guessing this is sort of like a little hobby of theirs, because they went from being mystery solvers to circus performers. Like, this guy is right, Scoob. We're gonna try something new every day. No matter what the cost is, Shaggy. It's Whisker too. Yeah, they said it, not me. And man, I gotta admit, it is kind of crazy seeing the werewolves try to kidnap various circus performers and try to attack Shaggy and Scooby along the way. And each member of the gang gets to be paired up with some of the other circus performers. Like Daphne being a circus clown to a couple of, well, she's more like an assistant to a couple of pre-existing circus clowns. For being a part of a trapeze wire catcher for a pair of trapeze swinging artists. Shaggy and Scooby are like now animal experts, and Velma is paired up with Archibald, voiced by the fantastic Maurice LaMarche, who has a bit of a fear about being part of a human canon. And yes, that is sort of like a running gag in this movie. Velma being a little bit scared of being a part of a human comet. Honestly, I wouldn't blame her. In fact, when they both first tried to test out their act, Velma's clothes ended up getting shot out of the cannon without her. I mean, that was actually kind of funny. It's like, I guess Velma's circus uniform just straight up abandoned her. That actually got me laughing a little bit. Now, in real life, that probably would have been impossible for someone's clothes to be shot out of a cannon without the original owners wearing them. I mean, granted, this is just a cartoon. But again, I guess anything can happen in an animated cartoon at this point. Now, it's kind of strange seeing Shaggy become like a famous person and starts to take all the credit of Shaggy and Scooby's act. Even Scooby himself is starting to get a little bit upset and jealous of Shaggy hogging all the fame and glory. Which I honestly don't blame Scooby for being a little bit upset about this. I guess this is like an example of how Shaggy and Scooby's relationship should be handled. I mean, granted, the movie Scoob sort of did something similar. But that's besides the point. And I guess that is one complaint I have about this movie. I mean, they didn't have to make Shaggy become like a massive ego show off. And I still wouldn't blame Scooby for it. Well, there is a bit of a bizarre dream sequence of Shaggy being like a ringmaster with Scooby a part of it. And they both ended up getting attacked by a werewolf. And in the dream, Scooby actually got bitten, and he actually became human. And I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit weird seeing Scooby become like a human being. Now, granted, that was only a dream. But still, it was like the most what the freak moment ever. And I always did. I probably never even said this before until now, but I always wondered what Scooby would look like as a human being. And I'm not sure if any of you guys in the comments below have always wondered what Scooby would look like as a human. Although now that I think about it, I also wonder what Shaggy, Fred, Velma, and Daphne look like as dogs. Yeah, this should be like some kind of Scooby-Doo multiverse type movie, where we get to see all the different variations of Scooby and the gang over the years. Even one moment where we get to see what would happen if Scooby was a human, and his friends were dogs. Well, someone should make like a Scooby-Doo Multiverse of Mysteries movie at some point. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. No, I think someone must have been... I think the entire cast and crew but must have been huge circus lovers in their spare time. And I bet they must have seen an American Werewolf in London at some point to come up with this wild and wacky idea of Shaggy and Scooby and the rest of the gang going undercover to solve a mystery at a circus while dealing with some werewolves. I'm not sure if that's what actually happened while the makers of this movie were working on this movie. But I'm just taking a wild guess here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie somehow got inspired by the cast and crew going to different circus events growing up and watching an American Werewolf in London. Or at least any type of werewolf type movie in general. In fact, think of Killer Clowns from Outer Space mixing with an American Werewolf in London and throw in Scooby-Doo in it, and boom, out comes this movie. Here comes Scooby-Doo! Okay, maybe what I'm saying is a bit of a stretch. And I know you guys might think I'm probably overthinking it a little bit. But I'm just taking a wild guess here. But anyways, aside from the one complaint I have about Shaggy being a circus hog, this is still an okay movie with a solid mystery, solid animation, an interesting soundtrack, and it does have a good idea too. Sorry for the stuttering. So I'm gonna give this movie 5 circuits 10s out of 5. And I'm sorry for not getting around to watching and reviewing this movie yesterday. I already made a community post stating that I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, as well as running a few errands with my mom, which kind of explains why I had to do my review of this movie today instead of yesterday. Oh well, better late than never if you know what I mean. So if you guys have any fond memories of this movie, you can always let me know in the comments below. And it's okay if you guys are gonna say that this might not be your favorite Scooby-Doo movie. I mean, granted, you can't expect every Scooby-Doo related project to be perfect. I mean, Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island and HBO Max's Velma are like prime examples, even if most people might be split down the middle about either one of them. Who the heck knows? But anyways, just let me know down in the comments below if you still have any fond memories on this movie. And man, it still feels great rewatching this movie again for the first time in so long. That's all, folks.